Pull-ups are the best bang for buck exercise, pretty much, in my opinion, of all exercises. So you're obviously hitting back, you're hitting your biceps, your brachialis underneath your biceps, your brachioradialis, of course, your flexors, rear delts, all the intramuscular parts of your upper back and your lats, your lower back, lower traps. It's your best bang for buck exercise ever, in my opinion. Oh, here we go. I'm also very out of shape right now, but working on it. 245 pounds of fat. That's heavy. What people don't realize with pull-ups is that it takes so much forearm to actually complete the rep as high up. The brachialis and the brachioradialis, all this, they have a major role in bending the arm, flexing the arm, which is that exact, it's like a hammer curl. Look at the position of the wrist, right? So if I'm like this, I'm in line. That's a hammer curl, but kind of out like this. That's what has attributed to most of my forearm gains is pull-ups over the years. So do pull-ups. Oh, man. So, this is set 3. After a couple of warm-up sets, this is 3rd working set. And, yeah. The forearms are always going to be the weakest link in pull-ups. So you could use straps. You could use like a Versa grip. And you could probably bust out another rep or 2. But this is like my obsession right now is the forearms. I'm never gonna do anything to keep my forearms from growing. All right. You can go wide like this. It's probably gonna get a little bit more brachioradialis and brachialis. You could go a little bit more narrow, get your elbow path a little bit more down and back for lat. This wider position is probably going to get a little bit more teres major right here. Right underneath the armpit, that wide. But yeah, just kind of go with whatever's comfortable. You're going to grow lats and upper back regardless, and forearms. You can do thumb under, full grip, over. Sometimes I like to do this, thumb out. Just kind of whatever I'm feeling that day. my favorite pose is to show off these little meat hooks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Pull-ups. Number one exercise to start with if you want to get some forearms. All right. Exercise number 2. Some good old hammer curls. Kind of the same thing that I mentioned on the pull-ups. That wrist in that neutral position is really going to force the brachialis and the brachioradialis to really kick in instead of the bicep. You're gonna get a little bit of width being built up here in the thickness versus, like a peak with just the bicep. This is actually gonna be the muscle underneath. But also this right here, and I love this muscle, brachioradialis. This part right here. This plays a major role in flexing the forearm up like that, which we'll get into later in the next exercise. It'll play an even bigger role, but it still helps in this one. So yeah. I like to go relatively heavy on these. They can take more of a beating than just bicep curls can. So, again, get a little bit more weight out of the exercise. And like all exercises, use control. A lot of people throw around the weight, to try to ego lift like that. And they're just using so much body English and momentum. Or you can just be a man and be mature about it and just curl it. Like so. I normally like to do 3 sets of most exercises, especially if they're kind of more taxing and heavy. I don't like to do 4 or more. Like actual curls, I can do like 4 or 5 sets, but stuff like this, a little too taxing. And with these, try to keep the body from doing this, swinging. Try to control the descent. And you start seeing that vascularity come out. Just nice and controlled. Actually use the muscles. Recruit the muscle fibers. Don't just try to chase weight. Even after all these years, I don't go super heavy. Especially now that I'm in my 30s. Even now, I can already feel like if I go too heavy, my body just hates it. Like joint-wise, tendon-wise, and it just takes longer to recover. The whole goal is to look good naked and just look strong. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, hammer curls is exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is reverse curls. So I like to use an easy bar curl, or easy curl bar. And that puts your wrists in an almost completely supinated position. Or, I'm sorry, pronated position. Pronate. Pronate, palms down. Supinate, palms up. So in a fully pronated position, you can do it on a barbell. Like back here, you can just do it on a straight bar. So you're completely pronated. But the easy curl bar, it's just, I don't know, it's got a nice position to it. Also the bar is shorter, so it's just a little less cumbersome to wield around. So you can grab the middle or the outer grip, whichever's comfy. Now sometimes I'll do both. And so now I'm pronated. And so now, see that brachialis or brachioradialis kind of sticking up off of my forearm? That's what's taking over right now. That is the main player right now. Now, if you take your thumb out of the grip, it forces your fingers to work a little harder. And you get your forearm flexors. A little bit more activation, I think. Yeah, and if you do these right after hammer curls, it won't take much weight. Everything's already taxed pretty heavily. Now the whole goal here is to get this as big as Flex Lewis's arms. His brachioradialis, just like it's a mountain peak. Obviously, I don't have the chemistry for that, but bust out the reps. Last go-to exercise for forearms today is a straight bar cable wrist curl. You can use dumbbells or barbells and sit on a bench and curl it, or you can curl it behind your back. They're great. They are great exercises. But this one, I don't know, it just has a sweet spot for that tension, that constant tension. So bring it down, kind of get your T-Rex arms in place. Start curling and let it curl into your fingers. Yeah, you'll really start feeling. Another way to do this is to not let it curl into your fingers. So you can kind of keep a little bit more localized tension in that shorter range of motion. And you don't have to, because it technically, when you start getting into this, it works a different muscle. It's still part of the major group of wrist flexors. But this, and this are all gonna work slightly different muscle groups within this bigger group. This is all one big mass of little tiny groups of muscles. So you can do it like this. Get it in place just the same and just start repping it out with only the wrist. And keep that full grip on it. Make sure you're not throwing the weight, yanking it. And it'll serve you well. Yeah. Well, anyway, these are my go-tos. The staples anyway. You got pull-ups, hammer curls, reverse curls, and wrist curls. That's gonna give you a very well-rounded forearm development. There's a lot more exercise you can do with more specialized equipment. Kind of diving into the arm wrestling world as well. But these right here, you just can't go wrong with. I'll do one more set, why not? Anyway, that's all she wrote.